Ready to harness the power of your communications data? Blast off with Nylas today.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Coding with Nylas. My name is Black, Senior Developer Advocate.
And my name is Ram, Developer Advocate at Nylas.
How are you doing, Ram?
I am doing good. I am excited for this live stream. I always get excited when you have a live stream coming up, and you actually did a demo a week or two ago, and I'm really looking forward to diving in.
Cool.
How are you?
I'm glad to like it. I'm doing fine, thank you. I mean, weather is getting a little bit better. It's kind of rainy, but it's not that cold, so I like that.
Awesome.
Yes, so today we're going to talk about how to send an email using DearPyGUI, ChatGPT, and your voice. So it's going to be pretty exciting. And we're going to touch upon a couple of things. So we're going to talk about DearPyGUI, which is a Python library to create desktop applications, ChatGPT, which is kind of like a model that answers to all your questions. It's very crazy. Amazon Polly is a service that allows to do text-to-speech translation. So you type something, it's going to read it out to you out loud. And we're going to use also speak recognition because we're going to talk and it's going to recognize that what we have said and it's going to translate into some actions. So before we move on, don't forget to like and subscribe. Give us the thumbs up, subscribe, and you're going to be notified every time we launch a new live stream, which is very often. We do this twice a week, but still like and subscribe.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, and by the way, yesterday I published the blog of this live stream. So just go to the Nylas blog, a guide to use ChatGPT and speech recognition to send emails. So check that out. Let me share my screen. So this demo is in two parts. So we're gonna go, I'm gonna launch it here. And we're gonna launch our DearPyGUI application, which I call Email Assistant. And you see that we have here a golden button said Nylas Email Wizard. We're gonna use that later on. So first things first, here I can type my email, or I can simply go here, and this one is gonna read my contacts using the Nylas Contacts API. And I can select here whatever I want. Let's say I want to send an email to Macho Man Randy Savage, and also want to Bret Hart. So every time I select something from here, it's just gonna append it here. So I'm gonna clear this because those emails doesn't exist for sure. I'm just gonna choose mine. So I'm gonna choose any title here, and let's say we're on a live stream.
So this GUI was made by DearPyGUI?
Exactly. Yeah, which is an awesome library to create GUI applications. Something that I don't actually like, it's that if you see kind of like the name of the component is on the side, I wanted to have it like on top, but that's just me. I mean, it still looks nice. Here we're gonna say join Ran and myself on this great live stream.
And just for context, we're just going through the manual approach of sending an email using this UI. So everything's ready to go. We're just going to go through and test it manually before we do anything else.
Yes, exactly. And this one is for sure using the Nylas email API. So when I press send, it's just going to go to the API. I'm using the Python SDK. So it's going to grab whom I'm sending the email, what's the title of the email, and what's the body of the email. So I'm going to press send, and the email was sent successfully. We can go and actually check that that really happened, and here is. We're on a live stream, John Ryan and myself on this great live stream, right? Nothing new. We have done that before. What is new is this one. And listen, so when I press Nylas Email Wizard, the assistant is going to ask us a few questions like who are we sending the email to, what's the title, what's the body, and the body is actually going to be generated by ChatGPT. So I can say, for example, like tell me about Jurassic Park, something like that, and it's going to generate the email and it's going to ask me to send it. So let's go, and let's hope everything works fine.
Welcome to Nylas Email Wizard. Who are you sending an email?
Alvaro.
Adding Alberto to the list of recipients. Let me know the title.
Let's watch Jurassic Park.
Adding Let's Watch Jurassic Park to the title. Let me know the content of the email.
Do you actually like Jurassic Park?
I'm generating the content of the email. Please wait. I added the content to the email. Would you like to send the email now?
Yes.
The email was sent.
Okay. So Alberto, it's not my name, but okay,
That was awesome.
yeah. Sometimes I need to pronounce it like Albero, so it actually gets Alvaro. But sometimes it goes like, oh, Alberto. Okay. But here is the email that we just sent. So you saw that I didn't type anything, and ChatGPT write it. I just wanted to reach out and ask if you actually like Jurassic Park. I know it's been a while since it came out, but I'm still a big fan of the movie. Let me know what you think. Take care, and then my signature. So I did it. No hands.
That is awesome. So just to kind of walk that back, you just pressed on the Nylas Email Wizard and you just answered a few questions.
Exactly.
And using ChatGPT, you were able to draft an email and send it.
Exactly.
With no hands, just voice.
No hands.
Awesome.
Yeah, so let's jump into the source code, which I guess is kind of like the most interesting part. First, what we're going to do is, as always, load our M variables. And we're going to import kind of like a lot of dependencies. We're going to use DearPyGUI, of course, Nylas SDK for sure. But we're also going to grab OpenAPI, which is our way to connect to ChatGPT. We're going to call speak recognition. This Boto tree is how we connect to Amazon Polly. Jellyfish is a library to do soundex. For like example, let's say I say RAM, and it doesn't go like RAM, but it understands me like RUM. So it's not the same name, different letter, but it still sounds something like that. So Jellyfish library is going to help us to match sometimes the names with the correct contact. Text wrap, we're going to use it just because we want to have the email not like completely long. We want to kind of like break it down into parts. And then play sound so that actually we can get some sound out of what we're doing. So we're going to have some variables, which are kind of like global variables, excuse me. It's kind of like the email, the title. We want the signature, because obviously ChatGPT is not going to put our signature. It's just going to generate like between brackets your name, something like that. And we want to replace that with actually our signature. We're going to have a list of names, list of emails. How many contacts do we want to have on our drop-down list? And then we're going to need the environment for OpenAPI. Let's zoom a little bit more so it looks nicer. So we have some functions that are going to help us. So this one, for example, play audio. It's going to be the audio that we recorded using text-to-speech. Here we're going to pass and generate the text-to-speech into a file. So whatever we type, that's going to go into Amazon Polly, which is going to synthesize the speech. It's going to generate an MP3 file with what we have written. And then it's going to create a file that we're going to play. So if we type hello RAM, Amazon Polly is going to generate a voice saying hello RAM, and we're going to be able to play that. Then we're going to use speak recognition. This one is going to grab whatever we say to our microphone, and it's going to recognize that we're saying, for example, let's say, let's watch Jurassic Park, and it's going to get that into text that we can use. If for some reason it doesn't understand what we're saying, it's going to say, sorry, I didn't get that. Please start again. Here we can actually make it try like a few times. Like I didn't get that. Please try again and break it down and the three parts. I didn't want to do that because I'm kind of lazy sometimes. So for me, it was like, doesn't work. Never mind. Start again. This transcribes audio to text. We're gonna grab the audio input and we're gonna generate the text for that. Here we have a function to kind of like change the color of the button that we have like Nylas Email Wizard to make it gold. So this go from HSP to RGB. It's kind of weird. I just copied from the DearPyGUI page. But what's important here is we create a context for the DearPyGUI application. Here we're gonna register the font that we want to use because we wanted something bigger. So here I grab Roboto regular and I said that's gonna be 30 in size. Here is to display the pop-up message that says like the email has been sent. So we need to create kind of like a small window and then put a button that's going to be closed when we say OK. Here, when we select that button, we're going to close it. And here goes the most interesting. So we're going to connect to Nylas, obviously using our client ID, client secret, and access token. Here, probably not the best name, like load config. I mean, I should have changed that. But that's basically gonna grab our contacts from our address book. So it's gonna use the Nylas contacts API. Here we're gonna limit the number of contacts to 10. And here what we're gonna say is just simply grab the given name plus the surname, concatenate them, grab either personal or work email, and just put it into an array that we can use on the drop-down box. Here, when we press that button, this Nylas email wizard, what we're gonna do is we're gonna first load our contacts, and we're gonna ask the assistant to say this or repeat this. So we're passing this as a text. Welcome to Nylas email wizard. Who are you sending an email? That is gonna be recorded as an MP3 that we're gonna play out loud. And then we're gonna connect to the microphone to grab whatever we're saying. So like I said, Alberto, it understood Alberto, but doesn't matter. We can also say, for example, like Alvaro and Ram, and it's gonna grab those names. So here I'm just kind of like splitting to make sure it understands both. Here we're gonna search for the people inside the contacts. So just by grabbing the name, we want to go into the contacts and say, okay, this is the email that it's attached to the name. Here we're using Soundex, as I said in the RAM example, just so it doesn't understand like the A and the U. So they sound the same. We're just gonna grab that. Once we have done that, we're gonna say like adding Ram and Black or Alvaro to the list of recipients. Let me know the title. So we said like, let's watch Jurassic Park. Here, let me know the content of the email. And once we grab that, we're gonna have our prompt for ChatGPT, which is gonna be write a short email to name with no subject to talk about content. And we're gonna replace this name with Alvaro or Ram or Ash or whatever it is. And this content with what I said, like, do you actually like Jurassic Park? So this one is gonna go into ChatGPT. And here, of course, it's gonna say, I'm generating the content of the email, please wait. So we wait. Here we're gonna call ChatGPT. We're gonna pass that prompt. It's gonna generate the response. And we're gonna use the wrapper to break it down into 75 characters or so. So it's just not a big line. Also, at the very end, we want to replace the between brackets your name with our signature. And we're gonna assign that into the body of our desktop application. Once it's finished, it's going to say, I added the content to the email. It's going to wait a little bit, and it's going to say, would you like to send the email now? So if we respond like yes, yes, please, of course, sure, go ahead, or something like that, it's going to say, okay, that's cool. I'm going to grab all the information, and I'm going to try to send the email. Calling this function here, we're going to pass the emails because probably we're sending an email to myself and to Ram. We're going to pass the title, we're going to pass the body, and all the information that's coming from our desktop application. Here we're going to create a draft from the Nylas SDK. We're going to grab the list of emails. We're going to add the participants. So we're going to just set up all the information so that we can send the email, which is going to be here, draft send. We want to clean up everything. And then we want to display the modal window or the pop-up window saying the email was sent successfully. Here, what we have, so we have some callbacks. Like every time we press something on the GUI, so like for example, we press the button or cancel, or we click here on the Dropbox, we're gonna have some callbacks, which are gonna make our desktop application to actually interact. So I'm not gonna go through each of them. What I wanna say here, it's just that we're creating the window, we're binding the font, so every component that we create is going to have that font, that Roboto size 30. Here we're adding the Nylas email wizard button. We adding the two contacts. So we're pretty much kind of like building the UI of our desktop application. Here we're assigning a theme to the email wizard button, so it looks like golden. And here we are applying a theme to our recipient buttons. So they are blue, while the email wizard is gold. So just to make it a little bit different. And here we're going to define the application. We're going to start it. And it's important to note that on DearPyGUI, you need to initialize it. You need to display the viewport. We need to start the application. And then finally, we need to destroy it. So when we close a window, it needs to be destroyed. So that's it. That's kind of like a lot of information. It's kind of long. That's why the blog post is already posted. So you can go there and just read it carefully. And also, I'm going to add today or tomorrow the code to our code samples.
That was awesome. I'm curious because we brought in quite a few different APIs. Which one did you find the most interesting, or even just new to yourself when building with?
Well, actually, I have used Amazon Poly, but in the context of Amazon Sumerian, which was kind of like something like Unity or Unreal Engine, but in the web. So I use Amazon Poly there, but I never used it like in API call, right? So that was kind of like that was pretty interesting. Also, speech recognition, I have never used it before. So that was nice to use. And still, I mean, DearPyGUI is just so amazing. I mean, what I built before was not like this. It took me a bit to actually build everything and make it work constantly. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, the UI for DearPyGUI looks really nice, especially for a desktop application.
Yeah, and I do mean like to build all the interaction between buttons and everything. It was kind of complicated, but it was a really fun experience. So I really like that.
Yeah, this demo was awesome. I was trying to think of a way to describe what you built, and I'm thinking like Alexa for emails, or Siri for emails, where you can just generate emails just on command, on voice command. So I'm excited to see what other things we can do with Nylas, and
Sure.
I think Nylas may be the more simpler of the APIs.
Yeah, totally.
But I love how you put all these together and made a seamless experience using Nylas.
Thank you. And don't forget that we have RTKs not only for Python, but also for Ruby, Node, and Java. Also, don't forget, and let me click this, we have live streams every Wednesday and Friday at 2 p.m. EST, 11 a.m. PST. So come and watch us live. You can also watch us on YouTube afterwards. But it's always nice to have like people viewing, asking questions. So just go ahead and let us know what you think, what do you like, and if you want to be a guest, let us know. What's coming next, Ram? Friday is
Yeah,
next.
so I know on Friday we have a live stream coming up on round robin scheduling in Python. So I know in the past we talked about the round robin scheduling algorithm, what that looks like, and how it actually looks in code. And now we're just going to look at an implementation using our scheduler and Python. So we're going to look at the different options to maximize scheduling availability in the real world. So that's
Cool.
going to be coming up on Friday.
Awesome. Looking forward for that. And yeah, don't forget to follow on social. We're Nylas everywhere: LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and everything. So just go there. Let us know, what did you think? You like the show? You don't like the show? You would like to see this or that? Just let us know. We're always happy to get your feedback.
Awesome.
So,
This is great, bud.
all right. Thanks so much, Brad. Always happy to have you as my co-host. So bye, everyone. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.
All right. See you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.